Bah!
Damn, bro.
Damn.
What's this shirt?
Saberwolf, bro.
What's Saberwolf?
He's a character from Killer Instinct. All my shirts are video games now.
Oh, you're doing a video game thing.
Yeah.
I see. That's why that Metroid, the Metallica Metroid one.
Yeah, it's actually pretty sick. They got a whole bunch of cool shirts. I could look it up
Who's
for
this?
what website.
Plug them?
Yeah, why don't I plug them?
Yeah, let's get a plug going.
Because you know what? I bought 3 shirts. I bought one for Michelle. So
Nice.
The Saberwolf and the Metroid one. And then I got her a Donkey Kong shirt because she loves Donkey Kong.
Oh, nice.
Let's look it up here. But
DK, what does that stand for?
Donkey Kong.
Drift King. For all those Fast and Furious fans out there.
Let's see.
Dude, there's so many of those movies that I haven't seen. Fast and Furious.
Oh, I know. There's fucking 10 of them.
Dude.
Well, plus the spin-offs.
It's amazing we haven't done like a marathon on tour or something like that.
Maybe we should.
Yeah. What we used to do in the van was this is before everybody had like their own smartphone. Or if you did have a smartphone, you could simply not afford to have data on tour. And we had like a laptop. Well, actually going way back, we had make sure I'm in frame here. We had a portable DVD player thing that we brought.
That was the future.
That had a screen on it, and you just like could play it, and we play movies in the van, but the people in the front couldn't watch.
Although they shouldn't have watched.
They shouldn't be watching. It depends. It depends which like iteration of it we had, because we had it one time where it was like the place that the laptop fit was. That was back when we had the Ford, like the
E350, the big
E350,
boy, the classic tour van.
Yeah, and the camera could be like way at the screen could be way at the front of the van, like between the console. There's nothing there, so we had like 2 merch boxes and then a fucking laptop there, but the driver could see it. So it would be like, I don't know, we'd be driving, and then like whoever was driving, you could just see them being like,
you'd see them
sneaking peeks.
Peeks.
You're like, no, you'd have to police it a little bit, because it's like next thing you know, because you're listening to it, because we play the audio through the whole van, and then you're like listening to it, and then you can't help but, you know, something important's happening in the movie, and you're just like, oh, just doing some.
Are those boobs?
Doing some distracted driving, just wrecking your shit.
Oh, it's a sex scene. I gotta watch this. Smash.
But then we would move it like forward, and then the person in the passenger seat could recline. They could recline
that was
their
the future.
Seat so that they could see. But then you'd be like kind of close to it, but whatever.
Whatever.
Nothing's perfect.
Those were the days. Yeah. Now we just have a flip down screen.
Yeah, we don't even use it.
Yeah.
Like I just watch movies on my phone. The screen is like better resolution probably on my phone.
Probably, yeah.
It's
I guess
4K.
Our van is, how old is it? I don't even remember.
2016, I think.
Semi-newish.
Mm-hmm. That's a pretty nice one.
Is it a crisp 4K?
That's what's nice. If we really lose our shirt, we can sell that probably at a profit nowadays.
Yeah, no shit.
Which would be sick.
Fucking cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so back to my shirt. So I got it from Dracula Bite.
Dracula Bite.
Yes. So
it looks like it's screen printed too.
I think.
Or is it DTG?
I think it depends, actually.
It looks screen
the other one,
printed.
I think this one. I'm not sure. I think this is DTG. I think they're all DTG.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know though. We'll find out in the future.
It.
Touch my chest.
That feels screen printed. Maybe not. It's hard to tell. They're getting better.
It's 4 colors.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anyways, Dracula Bite. So their whole shtick is I don't know why, but I was just like, I think it's because you bought some new shirts, and I was like, fuck, I need some new shirts.
Oh yeah, dude, I've been buying.
So
new
anyways,
shirts like crazy.
I went on the Googly Moogly, and I was like, because this is right after I had that emulator that I got in Michigan.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, fuck, I wonder if there's some fucking video game merch, eh? Because I've seen
course
some
there is.
YouTubers with some pretty cool like video game shirts. I was like, I like video games. Why don't I buy
I'm
some
a
shit?
young hip kid who
Yeah,
loves video
I'm
games.
I'm a cool Zoomer. So, anyways, I fucking googly mooglied it, and then there's this company. They have like a bazillion shirts, and it's like fucking almost, well, not any, but most big or popular games. They have different shirts, and it's cool because each one is a rip off of a different metal band. So the Metroid one that I had, it's called Master of Pirates because in Metroid you're fighting space pirates.
Yeah.
Um,
Master Puppets.
and then it's a rip off of Metallica. Like it's all the logos are different
Yeah.
bands. So what
Is
is
this
this
supposed
one?
to be-
Skeleton Witch?
Yeah, Skeleton Witch. That's what
So
I
this
was
one's
thinking.
Skeleton Witch, but it's Saberwolf. So for those out there who don't know, Saberwolf is from Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct, I believe, was a launch title for the N64. So I was playing the shit out of that back when
Was
it
that the
first
one?
came
It was
out.
like a fighting game, but you were
Yeah,
like
yeah.
creatures.
Yeah, well, there's humans in it, but I think there's like a dinosaur, there's a skeleton, your boy Saberwolf, there's all
Yeah.
kinds of
I
crazy
remember
shit.
playing that back in the day.
Yeah, and they had it at arcades and stuff too.
That's sick.
And then,
Pretty cool.
yeah. So, anyways, what did I have? I used to have a couple other ones. Anyways, the Donkey Kong one is called Donkey Force and it's Dragon Force.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then
Where's the Striker one?
they had a Warbringer one. Let me
Oh,
see if I can
sick.
find it.
Damn. So all you bands who want to copyright strike this T-shirt company, you can fucking. I mean, I guess like.
Well, it's changed enough that it's like
yeah,
not
you
the
probably
same.
can't. And like, good luck. If I know anything about suing anyone, it takes forever and you never get any results, and it keeps costing money.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. They got like lots of Diablo stuff. Oh, they got Tears of the Kingdom. That's Black Dahlia Murder.
Ah.
They got lots of
Boys.
Slayer and Metallica. Let's see. Ghost, but now it's Ganon. I got lots of Batman ones.
Dude, you're a mess, bro. What the
Oh
fuck?
man, I biked all the way here, so I'm sweaty and I'm fucking dying. They got a lot of like Star Wars shit. So it's like this one's pretty cool.
Jeez.
Not sure if you can see that out there,
It's
but
like a Mandalorian.
I'm looking for the
synth wavy-
Warbringer one because we're playing with them.
Yeah. Buy that, wear it in front of them. You're like, what do you guys think about this shirt that I got? That'd be funny to go on tour. Every time we go on tour, the band who's like on there just have those shirts.
Actually, they have so many friggin' shirts. So let's see if they have a Warbringer.
It's crazy.
Oh,
I
no, it
wonder
doesn't.
how they. I guess that's their whole deal. There is a website that does cavity colors. I think it's called cavity colors. Maybe they do. I think I found out of them because Koki does a bunch of artwork for them,
Oh yeah.
and it's all like horror movie, like all the classic horror movies, like The Thing and Scream and Nightmare on Elm Street, all that shit. They do like T-shirts for them.
Oh, sick.
Like I think they're officially licensed T-shirts,
Oh, really?
so they do like prints of these, and they're pretty nice. I think they do like actual like screen printed shirts and stuff, but they're pretty cool.
Sick. Oh yeah, here we go. Instead of Warbringer, it is Wind Waker.
It's a Zelda thing, right?
Yeah, Legend of Zelda.
Damn, dude, that's so funny. Crazy, man. Oh shit.
It's cool though because they have like all the shirts are obviously like a custom, like somebody made that graphic, and then
Well, maybe, or maybe.
it says the artist.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
Oh shit,
it
nice.
attributes the artist.
Oh, that's cool.
And then it's also neat because each shirt comes in different colors. So you can get it in like full color, green, single color, yellow.
They must do like a print on demand thing.
Yeah, I think so. So you can do all cut like this shirt that I bought. There was 3 different colors you could get. There was like one that was purple. I was like, ooh, I don't have any green shirts. This one's pretty badass. And then I was kind of nervous. Whenever you buy shit online, especially clothes, you never know what you're gonna get.
Oh yeah.
It's completely random. I was like, well, I'll give it a spin because on the website it's like, whoa, we use premium T-shirts, but I've heard that before.
Yeah.
And then I got here and I was like, hey, these are actually nice T-shirts. So good on you, Dracula Bite.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, now give us some money.
Yeah, sponsor this fucking podcast.
Yeah,
There'll be at least 100 people who see this. Come on. Come on.
make some
That could
striker
be dollars of dollars, dude.
Make some striker stuff. They got lots of like similar. Well, we're pretty on the F list. we're past the D list now.
No.
But
They got any UTA ones on there?
I don't know.
I guess you can't really search it. Hey, you just have to find.
Yeah, I'd have to look.
Yeah.
They have hundreds of shirts.
Yeah.
But I mean, they have Warbringer. We've toured with them and we're playing with them in what,
Shortly.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Next week?
Not this weekend, but the next one. Yeah.
Armstrong Metal Fest. Woo!
Yeah.
Be there or be dead.
We'll be there. We'll be frigging around. You guys want to hear the inside scoop on the real nitty gritty shit? You come see us after we've played.
Well, maybe we should do a pod
We'll be
at
over soon.
AMF and just get people to
we
come.
certainly could.
Just drunk as fuck in the campground, wandering
Dude,
around.
We could set it up. We could just set it up at the van. Just get people to come do fucking talk on the van.
That'd be pretty
At the
funny,
van.
actually.
It would be great. Yeah, actually. Smart. Let's do it. Well, I got that-
Promoting the pod.
Yeah, I got
get
the
random
laptop
people
now.
to come on.
Got the laptop now, so we can just bring that and fucking, or we just use the band one, or maybe just mine because that's like a sketchy thing. I always wondered because we bring the laptop and I never want to use it for anything other than the show because
Yeah.
it's like, what if something happens? And
Whoops.
it's like, oh shit, we need to like,
Operating system corrupted.
yeah, we got to go buy a new fucking computer and reinstall everything, and
True.
that would suck ass on tour.
That would
Yikes.
suck ass.
Yikes. We actually, speaking of that, we should probably have some sort of like cloud backup for everything we do with the computer.
Yeah.
All the settings, everything, just like, I mean, I think we kind of do already, but.
We could probably back it up onto like a hard drive, like an external hard drive,
Oh, and yeah, we could just.
and then
boot
just
it
run
up.
everything off that. Just have a copy of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, here's an install of Reaper on the hard drive. We just need a computer. Just plug it into the USB port.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
I guess that's all we need, really.
We just need a computer. That'd be pretty funny at a show. It's just like, oh fuck, our computer exploded, but we have a backup on this hard drive. It would just take a desktop from the venue and like
Yeah,
move
their
it
POS, run it through their POS system.
Yeah, just take like the manager's computer in the back and just fucking run the show through it. It's actually kind of funny because I mean it's a pretty lightweight Reaper session, I think.
Makes me wonder if we could run everything off of something much smaller.
A Steam Deck?
Or like a fucking tablet.
Yeah, maybe.
Like you could I wonder if you could just run Reaper off a tablet.
Yeah, I mean we're basically just running 2 plugins.
Yeah.
And
And then
then-
it's just playback. You just need enough connections to it. And we only need what, one USB?
Yeah.
Shit.
Shit,
Fuck we
dude.
doing hauling a laptop around for? Just have a fucking. Well, we'll have to look into that, but yeah, that's pretty sick.
It's the future.
Shredding is sweet.
Shredding.
Nice.
Bro, remember
Man.
shredding?
Yeah, I do. You know what? This might be a hot take. It's probably not a very hot take, but I think my favorite food is a sandwich.
Sandwiches are pretty goated.
It might be, or just like the sandwich form. Like just anything in between 2 slices of bread might be my favorite thing.
Bread is a great meat delivery device.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's not gooey or weird, you know, especially if you get sort of like a nice like pretzel bun. Like they usually have a nice, you know, coating on the outside. So as long as your hands are relatively clean, you know, you're not transferring goo one way or the other. Or like if you have a nice hamburger, you know, and all the sauces are inside and then it soaks up and sticks to the bun or the nice bread. It's pretty dope. Props to whoever invented the
Earl.
sandwich and also bread.
Earl of Sandwich. Yeah, I went for lunch today, me and the old lady, and we went to that Pal's sandwich
Oh,
place,
yeah.
which does rule. Like the food was awesome, but I have gripes. So we get there, and we wanted to sit on they have like a nice patio there, and I'm like,
Yep.
let's sit on the patio. And the guy who sat us was like, he's like, oh, let me check. And I was like, oh shit, it must be busy. There must be like no seats left. And then he came back. There was like not very many people inside the restaurant though. So I was like, it's probably not too bad. And then he's like, oh yeah, I have a table for 2, but it's in the sun.
Curtains.
And I was like, yeah, that's probably fine, whatever. But it's fucking sunny as hell today. So we get out there, sit down. There's so many empty tables. But like the ones that were just for 2 people, there's only ones in the sun. But then there's all these empty ones for 4 people.
Curtains.
And so the guy left, and we're sitting there.
And then you just run up to him and just knock him out.
Going like, and I was like, okay. So when we ordered some drinks, and when the waitress came back, different person, the waitress.
What are you doing sitting in the sun?
I was like, hey, can we move to this table that's like in the shade? Like, because they had like a canopy thing. It was really nice. And she was kind of like,
no.
She was like, yeah. She didn't seem impressed, but I was like, it's either that or we're leaving. Like, okay, we'll sit there. So we sat there, and then we proceeded to watch all these other tables get seated there and then move.
Oh,
like
really?
They kept seating people, even though there was room everywhere. They kept seating people on these tables, and they just kept moving.
Shitty.
And then the people who actually did get stuck at that table, because it started to eventually fill up. The people who got stuck there, they sent the dude sent his cocktail back.
Oh, really?
I'm like amazed. I don't think I've ever seen someone send a cocktail back.
Excuse me, there's too much rum in this.
Yeah, it's like, you're a fucking cocktail expert, and he was just like, yeah, I didn't. I don't know what he said. I can't remember, but I was just like, really? It's like a margarita. There's only like 3 ingredients or something like that. It's like, is it really that bad, or is it like you just?
Actually, I had a bad margarita recently.
Oh.
The golf course by my house. They were like, "Oh, we have margaritas," and I was like, "Oh, fuck yeah, let's go!"
Like, I'm an actual expert. Yeah, I've had like 100 this summer.
Yeah, I'm an expert at margaritas now. And then they served it to me. I was like, "Oh, this sucks. I'm never getting."
What was
one
bad
from here."
about it? Too boozy?
No, I think it was just like a pre-made bullshit mix, and I was just like, "Oh, this tastes like shit."
Oh, really? Shit. Not fresh squeezed lime juice?
No,
At
not
the golf course? That's embarrassing.
Yeah, I know. Well, they have pretty good
Should
food.
have sent it back.
Yeah, I should have. Well, I took a sip of it and I was like, "Oh, this just tastes like sugar. This sucks."
Oh, they might have put like too much, because sometimes they'll put like simple syrup in, which I just skip.
No, I think it was like a margarita mix that you would buy at like Safeway or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't very good. I mean, whatever is alcohol. I think yeah, but now that I'm a margarita expert, actually, Michelle was like, "Tim, since Dan didn't do a margarita battle, let's do a margarita battle for your birthday." And I was like, "Hey,
yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. It's destined to be."
Oh man, those margaritas last weekend on your birthday. When was that? Was that this Saturday?
This weekend, yeah.
That was just like a couple days ago.
Time is irrelevant.
Oh man, that was delicious.
Yeah, I didn't have too many of them because I was interested in continuing my beer pong
fair enough
gaming, but that didn't stop me from.
Man, I love that shit.
Yeah,
I want to try all the
good.
different ones now. Because
did you try the pineapple ones we had?
Pineapple? No.
We just had like it was just like mezcalita.
I don't know what that is.
Mezcalita is just like
Wiz Khalifa?
It's just with pineapple juice, I think.
Oh, so it's just tequila and pineapple juice and ice, I guess?
Well, and triple sec or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It's an important ingredient. That's the one that gives it a little extra tangy sweetness.
And a little.
Well, I think it's like an orange flavored liquor.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to use some sort of orange bullshit.
Yeah, that's the secret sauce.
That's the
sauce. Which I think is maybe the only thing I'm missing right now from my margarita. Maybe I'll get some today.
Yeah, I tried to make after we had margaritas at your place for the Oilers games. I remember I was at my aunt's house for some family gathering, and then I was like, "Oh, I want to make a margarita," but she didn't have any of the ingredients. So I found some like
on an island, boy.
Yeah, I found some random tequila, and then because you're supposed to use like an orange liqueur.
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't remember what I found, but it was just like, hey, it's close enough.
It's like some schnapps or something. Peach schnapps.
Yeah. And then there was no lime, so I used like, there was like a lemon. Wait, it's just tequila, orange stuff.
Yeah,
and
orange
lime.
liquor and lime. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then I had that, and I was like, this doesn't. Also, I think I fucked up the ratios of everything. It
Yeah,
just
it's-
tasted like gross tequila.
It's
And I was
two.
like,
It's two parts tequila, 1 part triple sec, 1 part lime.
yeah.
So
Michelle's dad actually makes a killer marg.
shit, nice.
That's the secret, right? 3, 2, 1. 3.
No, it's 2, 1, and 1.
No, 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Jesus. Well, that's what like the original ones. No, those were the same ratio, just like too much in a glass. When I overserved everybody at that party. Like 10 minutes go by and people start being like, I think I'm drunk. I'm just like,
Yeah, the next morning I cracked my phone screen because I was so hungover.
How'd you crack? You just dropped it?
Yeah, well, I drove Michelle to the airport,
Oh, right.
and then I literally almost puked several times. And I'm just like, and then I dropped her off because I think her flight left at 8.
Yeah.
So we had to be there at 7. So I was I don't know. I had to wake up at 6, and I'm just like, Tim, you smell like tequila. It's like, okay, let's go. And then right after I dropped her off, there's the gas station that's by the airport. I just pulled into the parking lot and just tried to puke, but it just wasn't happening. And I just laid outside for a couple minutes.
I wonder how
Just
often
okay,
they
let's go.
see that. They probably see that quite a bit. That gas station right before
Yeah.
the airport. They're just people coming and going to the airport just fucking destroyed.
Yeah, just way too hungover. I had too much fun last night. But yeah, those margs were dope.
Mars are pretty great.
Now I love margs, and I need to try them all. Those watermelon margs are pretty sick.
They were good. Yeah, just tastes like watermelon.
Yeah, it was
They're
good.
nice.
Watermelon, watermelons, limes, and tequila.
If you guys have recipes that you think we should try for the
Yeah.
Margs,
For the marg battle.
let us know. Do a live from the Marg Battle podcast.
Oh,
So this is episode, assuming if this one comes out next, it's episode 48. So we're only 2 away from 50.
damn. Does that include the Patreon ones as well?
No,
Oh, so that's extra.
fucking an extra 48 or whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. Okay, so when we get to
50, that'll be 100 episodes essentially.
we should do the Centurion again since we fucked it up last time.
Yeah, I could do that. We should do
Hell
that
yeah.
after Armstrong.
Yeah. Why don't we do it at Armstrong?
Dude, because we have to drive so far there and so far back. That's the worst. I
Well,
don't
we
wanna
got
be-
the night there, the night that we play. Just set this up, start podcasting. Okay, we're doing the Centurion. Let's
We
go.
would never get through it. We'd never get through it. We get too much outside.
Get distracted and then
Too
just
much-
scatter.
Too many outsiders getting involved, getting crazy. with
Okay,
it.
let's do it when we get home then.
Yeah, we should definitely see if we can get some folks on the podcast. Whoever. It would be fun to get absolute fucking randoms.
Oh yeah, just some random dude.
Yeah, we'll just get a sign that we'll just have a big sign that says, "Do you want to be on the podcast?" And we'll just have it set up, and anyone can sit down and start talking.
Just have it down in the river valley.
Yeah,
just some random homeless people. Arr! Jesus came down from the sky and stole my pants. So, okay, yeah.
I mean,
Tell us about that.
Dude, the last time we were there was some serious craziness going on. There was one guy. I remember I was back. I guess it wasn't backstage, but it was there was sort of a bunch of people parked, camping behind it, kind of behind the main area, the main whatever you call that fucking arena.
At Armstrong?
Yeah, at Armstrong. And I was back there talking to Scott from Unleash the Archers, and this dude came up, and he was so I would describe it looked like he was on meth or something.
He probably was, man.
He was being a fucking maniac, and I was just like, okay.
I think I left my.
I remember. I think I kind
Stove
of
on.
I saw him coming, and I kind of did a strategic turn away, so that Scott was in the line of fire, and he got the brunt of it. And
Oh,
then we
no.
both were we gotta fucking leave. Dude.
We have to escape. It's time to get out of here.
I don't want to get stabbed by this fucking dude at this festival.
Yeah, it's always a fun time at Armstrong. Wasn't
yeah, it's great.
Wasn't it? Didn't we go one time? I'm not sure if this was at Armstrong or a different time we went camping, but I vaguely remember just like waking up in the morning and our tent was basically collapsed onto us, and then we're just like, "Fuck this."
That was Armstrong. Yeah, that was like, and we just left the tent. We were like, whatever.
Light it on fire, brother.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like covered in mold too or something?
It was like-
Somebody packed it up because it was when it was wet.
It was fully destroyed, and we were just like, no.
No.
Just nastiest thing. Yeah.
Good times, good times.
It is fun. It's fun that like the things that I think are fun, I think other people might be like this. That would have been their worst experience of their whole life, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
It's like you ended up sleeping outside because your tent was covered in mold, and I was like, yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, I just slept on the grass. It was dope.
It was so cool.
Well, it's nice because the weather is so nice in Armstrong. I also remember, I think that was the year. Yeah, because it was, I think the second
Nice
time
and
we played
hot,
it.
but yeah.
I think I remember I woke up hungover as fuck, and then I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like I was like, I'm so hungover, I'm gonna die. And then there was like a rumor that there was a pool.
Oh yeah.
An outdoor pool. Is like, there's a pool around here. Where? And they're just like, it's right up the hill. It's literally just right up the hill. It's like right beside it. It's like if you look on an address map on the Googly Maps, it's like right beside it. It's across the street. And then you just like go up the hill and it's right there and it's this beautiful outdoor pool. It's like, holy fuck. It was amazing because you could like
Just cured you. It was like it was the healing waters.
yeah. The healing waters of Lake Minnetonka. Prince was there. It was dope. But yeah, I just because there was like, I don't know, maybe like 10 people from Armstrong swimming up there.
Yeah.
Like from the Metal Fest, and the rest was just like sort of normal people. I don't think anybody knew about it because otherwise that place would have just been jammed. Because I mean, you can shower, you can cool off in the nice pool.
So
they
if
have like snacks and refreshments and whatnot.
Yeah, if you're one of the elite few who's going to that festival,
Nobody go. I
who's
invented
going
that.
to that festival and is listening to this podcast, you now know that there is an outdoor pool possibly available.
Well within walking distance. Don't you dare go.
Only we will be there.
Yeah.
The chosen ones. Yeah.
Don't ruin it for me, man.
Yeah, it'll be fun, man. I guess like it's a pretty far drive, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's
like 9 hours.
something like that. It's a while.
I'm just wondering, like,
With stops, probably 12.
yeah, I was just thinking like how feasible it would be for us to get there early enough to actually see some show on the night before.
Well, probably.
Because there's some cool bands playing, but
That's the glory of being a touring musician.
so yeah. Well, you can't really enjoy the festival, well, except for Vakken, which we fully enjoyed, but
To completion.
yeah, not everybody gets that opportunity to like go early and just hang out.
Yeah.
Get the passes.
That was pretty freaking sweet. I look forward to the day when we're on buses and we show up at big festivals and then you just have your bus parked and there's bus power.
Yeah.
So it's like air conditioned.
Dude, there's an absolute tier system going on, even backstage at the festival. It's like, yeah, you might be a band, but if you have like a tour bus in your band, it's like, well, you guys get to park close and like get plugged in and stuff. Actually, I don't even know. I feel like only certain bands get that. Like even if you had a tour bus, like say we were, say I won the lottery and I was bankrolling a tour where we were just driving around playing little shows, doing fucking on a tour bus. Like I bet you they would be like, you aren't a headliner, so you don't get bus access. Like, there's
probably
no like spot for you.
I remember, I can't remember where it was. I think it was Download Fest, and the backstage bus parking was limited, so you could only park your bus there for like 4 hours or something. Like if you were a band on a bus, you come in, you play, and then you fucking leave. Because there just like wasn't enough room or something.
Yeah.
But I remember like leaving Vakken. I think Arch Enemy's trailer was right beside their bus was right beside the Artist Village.
Yep.
Because I remember seeing them
Yeah.
on and off the bus.
Get off the bus there.
So there must have been a couple.
Jeff Lewis.
this.
55 burgers, 55 shakes, 55 fries. Yeah. Did you watch the new season of I Think You Should Leave?
No, I haven't seen it.
Have you watched any of it?
I've seen some of it, yeah.
All right. Anyway.
I think you should shred.
Some people out there will get it.
Shredding
Hold that door. Hold that door.
is so weird.
Yeah. I don't know. It was good, fond memories of Vulcan.
Fond memories
So
of
just
shredding.
anybody out there who's thinking, "Wow, man, maybe one day my band will play at Vulcan," it is worth it to keep going. Get there.
And then if you do get there, go early. Just book some days off.
Yeah.
Go early. Fucking shred.
Yeah. You can do it. If you're in a band, you can do it. You just got to spend all your money on being in a band for 10 years. And then you can go.
And then you just got to spend all your money getting there on tour. And then you can shred.
Yeah, and then you can lord over the other people who haven't done it.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's pretty rare or much rarer for North American bands to go play it. I was thinking about that the
Yeah,
other
I guess
day,
so.
that like North American festivals are different than European festivals. Because I think a lot of North American festivals are more so like not necessarily camping. Like there are a bunch of festivals in North America where you do camp,
Yeah.
but a lot of them, there's more hotels or whatever. It's not necessarily camping on site, like a Vakian or whatever, where it's
Yeah.
out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are more like, yeah, we're having this giant fest. Like, for example, here in Edmonton, they have the Folk Fest, which, for those who don't know, is this giant folk festival. I guess it's sort of, you know, as well as folk adjacent acts. And, but that's like in downtown Edmonton.
Yeah.
And there's like, what, 30,000 people? Or more. I don't know how many people. There's a lot of people.
It's a big old festival.
Yeah, there's probably like.
It'd be fun to go to that, actually. I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever been.
I remember going before I was in a band, because ever since I've been in a band, it's like, oh, let's go on tour in the summer.
Yeah. Yeah. When was the last time we were like actually home for summer? I guess COVID.
Well, I won't be. Oh yeah, I guess with COVID. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
What are the days you're gone?
I'll be gone for around like 10 days. Get back on the 17th
Of
August.
Okay.
I leave around my birthday. Haven't quite decided.
Oh.
Still organizing which specific flight I want to leave on now.
Right.
Gonna try and book that today.
So do you have to go alone?
Yeah,
And
I
you-
leave
and you-
alone.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll just land wherever and then fly home from Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Hamstergram.
Sweet, dude.
It's basically my first vacation.
Like ever?
Basically. I mean, my first,
Trip abroad without being in a band?
yeah, or just like, yeah, I mean, I went,
Strictly non-business?
yeah, I went to Europe with Dave Grafton and his girlfriend, like right out of high school.
Oh, yeah.
And that was fun, but I would say that's not quite like, it is a vacation, but at the same time, it's like not the same. It's more of like, oh, I went to Europe to go like see what it's like not in Canada or whatever.
Yeah, you weren't really like...
And it's like you're like 18
And
like,
poor.
Yeah, poor as fuck. It's like my mom gave me like, I don't know, $500, and it's like, okay, this has to last me a whole month.
This is my spending money
Yeah,
for
I'm
my
just-
crackers that I'm going to eat.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat crackers for a month. This is basically it. Gonna eat an apple from the concierge at each hotel that we stay.
Yeah, the first... Well, I mean, I've been on lots of holidays and stuff, but like the first time we went to Mexico for a wedding, man, what a hilarious time. I don't think we were that old, maybe like 20 or 21 or something like that. Ian and Cheryl's wedding. It was
Nice.
sick. It was so much fun. Dude, the wheels were falling off the whole time, dude. It was crazy. Because that was like, it's funny because like nowadays, if you're going to have like a destination wedding, so many people are going to decline.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's got so much shit going on. Like people have real bills to pay. But like at that time when everybody was like 20, 21 years old, like everybody was just like, oh yeah, I'll just put it on my credit card.
Yeah.
And whatever, like let's just go. And so like there was lots of people came to that one, and it was just like a hilarious time. And I can only imagine, like, I'm sure it happens all the time at those destinations, like all inclusive places. But man, like our group was like
Oh, I've heard stories.
just a fucking mess, dude.
Oh man, I'm looking right now at sunwing.com.
Yep.
Best deal, 7 days, $1,335, includes flights.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
That's
We're
not
thinking
bad.
of going in November. You want to come?
Oh, that'd be 2 vacations in
Yeah,
one
who
year.
cares, man. You'd probably die soon, anyways.
It's true.
Doesn't matter
Getting
how much
nuked.
biking you do, bro. It
Shirtless.
could be all over. It could be all over.
Well, this one is Saturday, August 5th. It's 7 days, all inclusive from Edmonton. This looks fucking super nice, actually.
Oh yeah, they're amazing. I think one of the I was reading
This
someone.
one's Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
Yeah,
Free garden view.
Yeah, amazing.
Damn, that's sick.
Dude, it rules.
Oh, and you can finance it. $63 a month. Let's go.
Like how many years?
Yeah, no shit. Okay, let's see. Oh, I don't know how long that takes to pay off. $63 a month.
So it's like $1,700 or something.
I don't know what the I don't know what it would be for how they finance it, because there's probably like, I don't know,
Bi-weekly.
an extra 15-20% if you finance it or something.
Oh, yeah, it could be.
Actually, there's a lot of trips that are under $1,500.
Yeah, it's sick. I mean, it depends. Like, so my understanding is that in Mexico, in particular, the hurricane rainy season is like from May till like the end of October, probably, something like that. So it's like it's better to go from like anywhere from November to I guess November to April or something like that.
Okay, November 1st to November 8th. Let's see.
Yeah. Ace wants to go.
Oh, this isn't even so bad. It's actually cheaper to go for 7 days compared to 6.
Yeah, there you go. Let's do it. We're gonna lock it in.
Damn,
We're gonna
homie.
do the striker trip to fucking Mexico. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, we've returned to Mexico, and this time it doesn't suck. Grand Sunset Princess All Suite and Spa Resort, Riviera Maya, Mexico. Man, I eat so many friggin' tacos.
Well, I was gonna say, like, the one of the things that's great about those resorts is you don't
Air
have to think
conditioning.
about food. Like, so it is fun to go to a country and
Oh wait, didn't Ace get robbed in Mexico?
Oh,
I'm
maybe.
pretty sure he got robbed from his hotel room in an all-inclusive. Somebody snuck into his room at night and just took all his shit.
curtains.
Either that or he got way too drunk, lost everything.
Probably left his door open, left his wallet on the floor or something. Someone was like, yoink.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a fine time there. It's like, I went twice for an all-inclusive and it was great both times. But yeah, it's great because you don't have to like think about what you want to eat, because there's like, they have buffet that's just on all the time. And usually the food is not bad. And then they have like these a la carte like restaurant things. So you can go to like the sushi restaurant, or you can go to the burger place or the steak place, and it's all included. You just have to like
Ooh, they have fitness.
reserve a seat.
Oh, they got kayaking and snorkeling. Shit.
Yeah, dude, it's sick. The only thing I won't do is the catamaran, because I will absolutely get seasick and die. Dude, getting seasick,
Is sweet.
dude, I haven't been seasick in a while, but like we went on like a family trip to Maui, and we went on a whale watching trip, like a boat, and I got so insanely seasick the entire time. I was like down in the boat in like the toilet, like about to dude, for literally for like probably like 45 minutes to an hour.
Roasted.
I was about to throw up. You know the feeling where you're about to throw up?
I've never thrown up in my life.
And like it's just like such a bad feeling. You're just like, it's like your absolute peak. Your body's just like fully stressed.
Your body's like, no, I don't like this.
I didn't throw up, So I was just about to throw up for like an hour and then never threw up, and I was just like, well, that's
Fucker.
fucking that sucks ass.
That triggers a memory. I was on tour in the UK once, and I don't remember where the fuck we were. I think we were in like Scotland or something. And they had like I don't even know what it was, like a whale watching trip or something. Maybe it was. It wasn't very long. It was like an hour. I don't remember what it was, but you just went out in the ocean, then you come back. And it was me and the drummer, and I think it was only like $10 to go. And it's a pretty big boat, but it's not like a fucking cruise ship or anything. It's probably like as big as your basement.
Yeah.
And so there wasn't, I think there might have been like a bathroom inside, but there really wasn't much of an inside to the boat at all. It was mostly everybody's just outside, and maybe they had like a little small cabin or something that just had like a first aid kit in a bathroom or something. Yeah. But I remember we got on, we start going, and then as soon as you get out of the like little bay, it starts to get a little choppy. And then like there was a couple, like a young couple, maybe they were like 16, 17. And I think it was the guy, he just like starts like getting so fucking seasick, and he's like crying because he's like fucking dying. He's like, no.
Dude, it sucks.
And I was just
terrible.
like, damn, this sucks for you, bro. And then, I mean, I didn't feel anything. I felt fine. And I think Griffin, the guy I went with, he was just like, oh, I don't feel so good. I mean, he didn't barf or anything, but the moral of the story is
I don't have the sea legs.
Yeah, I don't think I get sea. Yeah, well, apparently my dad did a lot of genealogy research into our history. And apparently one of my ancestors was a ship captain who
butt pirate.
He was a butt pirate. He was a British butt pirate, and that was before, I guess, Canada was a nation.
Crazy.
And so that was probably like 18 something. So he would sail back and forth between the UK and Canada. I guess that'd be like what, Newfoundland.
Oh, God, what a fucking shit show that would have been.
Yeah, just like, I'm a captain of some fucking sailboat. It takes me 6 months to transverse the Atlantic.
That's got to be so terrifying, especially back then when you're just like I think the weather will be okay, so let's just
I hope
go.
so. Let's fucking go. Let her rip.
I guess people were doing that shit in like canoes way back. Like I think that's how they think the like Easter Island got populated, because Easter Island's in such a fucked up spot.
Yeah,
it's like way. I guess that's like southwest of like fucking Chile and Argentina and shit.
People love doing crazy shit.
It's just like it must have been a fluke. Like they must have just like, well, we'll just go as far as we can go.
Let's just go that way. I guess
if you're like so bored, you're like
I'm bored.
A peasant or like just early man who's just like hanging around, and you're just like, maybe we'll just boat for as far as we can.
Yo, fuck the king. This guy's an asshole. I'm out.
Yeah, and then
let's
they just
start rowing.
Boat, and they finally find land. They get there, everything's cool, and then the UFOs come and make those fucking giant heads.
Apparently, I remember learning this in university, where my brain was washed by liberals.
Fool.
Easter Island is like one of the earliest historical examples of poor resource management. So Easter Island used to be like, there's humans living there.
Yeah.
Obviously they like aliens came down and,
showed them what was up.
Showed them how to build giant heads or whatever. Yeah. But
they're like, check this is gonna be so cool.
Check this out, this is gonna be sick. But apparently, from what my alcohol-soaked brain remembers from what was that? When did I go to university? 15 years ago? Maybe more?
300 years ago?
300 years ago.
Schmeagol type, golem type.
Yeah. But apparently Easter Island used to have like wildlife on it, and there was like nice trees and blah, 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 blah. And it was like a nice thriving society. But then there were just too many people, and they kept like logging and like too much hunting, and then everything died, and they're like, shit, we're fucked. And then they all just kind of died. And then it was curtains.
Like point of no return. Almost like what's happening in the rest of the world right now.
Oh, shit.
Man, I've been listening to a podcast. It's like, it's exactly like if you were like a bro and you took conspiracy theories too serious. for way too long. And like just the shit that they say is like I love listening to it because it's just like fucking insane. It's called War Mode if anybody's interested.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to check that
War
out.
Mode. It's fucking bananas, dude. It's so funny to listen to. The last thing they were talking about was, remember there was like I think it was like in LA, there was like a cop who went nuts and shot a bunch of other cops. And apparently he wrote like a manifesto type thing, but they said it was like really fucking weird. They were reading off the shit that he said. And
Oh,
like,
really?
And he was doing stuff like speaking to people, like being like, Bill Cosby, you're like really funny, cool guy. And this was before the Cosby stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was like, I don't know. It's just like, it's like so much crazy shit. And they're like talking about it. And it's just like, I'm like, oh. I always catch myself though, because I'm just like, maybe that is something strange. I'm like, wait a minute. None of this fucking matters. I don't need an opinion on this. Fuck this.
Well, it's crazy how many conspiracies like ended up being true. I mean,
Oh, there's a massive list of them.
yeah.
But that's the thing, is like, I always think, you know, the word conspiracy theory now is like, you know, there's different spectrums to it. There's like
Yeah.
Guantanamo Bay. Or
Yeah.
whatever. They're like, no, everything's fine there. And then it's like, okay, well, the conspiracy theory at the time was they're torturing people at Guantanamo
Yeah.
Bay, and then they're like, oh yeah,
No,
that's
we're not.
true. Or like MK
Oh,
Ultra.
wait, yeah, we are.
That MK Ultra like experiments with
Oh,
LSD
yeah.
and all that shit is just true.
Yeah.
But at the time, there was like some tinfoil hat guy being like, they poisoned me with LSD, and now I'm out in the streets.
Yeah.
And then people were just like,
he's just a homeless
that's
crazy
a
guy.
crazy guy. And
It's
then
like,
it
no,
turns out-
actually, it's not.
yeah.
He's actually trying to run from the CIA, who's trying to kill him.
Wasn't that like the Bay of Pigs and shit too? That was
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
false flag operation. But
Yeah.
it's just like, man,
Trying to invade Cuba.
there's like a good meme that was like the bad things that like the CIA has done,
Yeah.
and it was like each decade.
Yeah.
It was like a bunch of them, and then it was like up until like this decade, and they're like, no, they're fine. They're
Yeah.
totally.
We haven't
cool.
done anything bad
They're
yet.
different now.
Yeah,
It's
we're
like,
different.
Oh, sure. All right.
Well, it's crazy. There's been like, I don't know, at least on Netflix or whatever streaming services, I've watched like 3 or 4 movies recently, and it's all about the same general conspiracy that turned out to be true, which is like the CIA funding like South American cartels, or like working with them
Oh yeah.
to get like they'd
Bring,
help
like,
them do
drugs in and-
drugs in, and they'd be providing them with weapons and arms so that they could overthrow communist regimes and whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like there's that Tom Cruise movie that I watched, I think like a couple weeks ago. Then there's Cocaine Bear, which is basically the same thing. I mean, Cocaine Bear is like they tried to like do a drop, because they would fly the planes in, and then they would drop the cocaine from the plane so that they didn't have to land anywhere and get searched, which is what the Tom Cruise movie's all about.
Yeah.
Is them flying it in. But in Cocaine Bear, it's a different drug trafficker doing the same fucking thing, and it's just that one of the planes went down and the guy tried to like toss out all the cocaine and jump, but his parachute didn't deploy because his plane was like going down, and then like he just crashed, and then there was all this cocaine in this forest, which is a real fucking thing that happened. And then I mean, obviously it's like they spruced it up, and the bear eats all the cocaine and goes berserk and kills everyone. That movie was actually pretty dope, by the way. But it's just like all this shit. It's like if you were in the 1980s, you're like, there's no way the American government is doing
They
that
would
to us.
never.
Actually, they were doing that, and it's like, because I think I remember seeing some like video clips of like people. Like that was a conspiracy in like the 80s, that it's like, oh, the American government is trying to like introduce crack into like
Low income
You-
neighborhoods.
yeah.
Black neighborhoods.
yeah.
Which I think is definitely true.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like destabilize.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're like a right wing, you know, government, for you're getting like 3 birds with one stone. You're destabilizing like those low income neighborhoods. You're fucking over the communists. You're getting money, et cetera, et
Yeah.
cetera.
Well, it's. I remember someone was talking. I can't remember what show it was I was watching, and they were explaining that like
Most of Miami was built on drug money, like the infrastructure.
Oh yeah,
It's like an entirely like that town only exists because of drug money.
probably.
It's like
there's no real economy there. Like it wasn't like at the time. It was like maybe
Yeah.
like a port city or whatever, but it wasn't like booming. And
Yeah.
then it was like all the drug trafficking and stuff like
Then Scarface
and smuggling
happened.
and all that stuff. Like that all started happening, and then
Then they filmed Pirates of the Caribbean.
yeah, and then it was so cool, dude. It'd be fun to go somewhere like Jamaica or something like that too.
Yeah.
Jamaica or like
Wasn't there some Caribbean nation that was like trying to join Canada in the 90s? Was it Jamaica?
that'd have been sick.
I'm going to Google it right
I don't
now.
think so, because I already remember that. I think maybe somewhere else.
Maybe it was Trinidad and Tobago?
Turks and Caicos.
Oh,
bruh.
maybe it was Canada. Let's. Okay, where do you think it is? I'm going to say Jamaica. Oh, it is. Proposed Canadian annexation of Turks and Caicos. There you go. And that was, what year is that?
Wait, so where was it? Sorry, wasn't paying attention.
Turks and Caicos.
Turks and Caicos. There you go.
Right
I'm
off the coast
smartest.
of Cuba. History.
And then-
It was talked about way back in 1917, sorry, and then it reemerged in the 1970s. There you go, history fact for the day.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I think
Dude, think about how many fucking Canadians would be there all the time if they had done that.
height of political support, 1980s.
When everybody had disposable income,
Yeah, and then I
we
think,
got to get that so that we can go.
I mean, yeah, that'd be dope. Where that cash?
I wonder what the next big like shift in borders will be.
I don't know. You know, at the end of the day, I feel like I guess it's a little bit of a two-edged sword. I mean, you don't want like fucking terrorists and whatever criminals entering your country, but on the other hand, it's like borders don't exist for anyone or anything other than humans. It's like if you're a bird or whatever, you're migrating all around the planet.
Yeah.
It's like, do you as an entity actually own like the land or the planet? Like at a certain scale, I guess it kind of makes sense, but on the other hand, no, it doesn't.
Sounds like some communist shit. Sounds
Yeah.
like the CIA needs to come here and blow your brains
Yeah,
out.
man. Who really owns the earth?
Yeah,
You know?
Well, I mean, like honestly, it just seems like the borders are just there to like separate like ideologies or
yeah.
or like economic separations.
Yeah. You stay over there, poor people.
Our money's worth this much. Your
Yeah.
money's worth this much.
You stay
On
away
the
from
other
us.
side of this imaginary line, your money is worth less.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it's like when we're on tour, we're driving all over these countries or states, whatever the fuck you want. It's like, is there really a big difference from one side to the other? It's like, oh, I crossed this imaginary border, now everything's different. It's like, what? No,
the
it's not.
architecture is a little different. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well,
you know-
especially in Europe.
Yeah, I thought it was funny going into Austria from Germany, and Austria looks more like Germany than Germany does. The stereotypical, like the way they built their those like thick bordered
Yeah.
A-frame houses and shit like that. It was just funny, like driving through Austria. You're just like, are we in fucking Germany? Like it looks way more like Germany than Germany does, but maybe that's just because Germany's modernizing faster. But I don't know.
I bet it's probably because Germany got fucked over in World War II and everything got flat and then they
Yeah.
had to rebuild everything.
Tanks rolled over all the buildings.
Ye-
And now they got to make new ones.
Yeah, so
They made the boring gray squares like we do.
yeah, probably yeah, maybe in Austria they didn't get fucking demolished as much, so they have some older buildings.
Yeah.
We stayed in a pretty dope ass hotel on the way to wherever the fuck that was in the mountains in Austria. It was like a ski resort or something,
Yeah,
but
that
it was
was
the
sick.
summer.
Yeah.
That was like your classic German.
I'm trying to remember what the room was like in there. Oh, that was the one with the I washed my fucking pants in the bathtub. I was like, oh my God, I washed all my stage shit in the bathtub.
Then you wring it out and it's just black.
No,
it's
I
just
left
like,
it in there with the
shit.
soap, and then like the water turned black, and I was like, oh God.
Shitty.
To like use the shower head to like spray off the fucking the ring or it's so nasty.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was like metal
goddamn.
days. After we did that, I I went to the hotel. I just walked into the shower wearing all of my clothes. I was
Dude,
like,
that was when it
this.
was so hot.
We're on like the third floor, no air conditioning, 40 degrees outside.
Yeah. Oh.
And like I felt so bad after we played that show. Like it was just so fucking hot. And then I went back to the did we both go back to
It
the
was me
hotel?
and you, yeah.
Yeah, so we went back there and like you were in a different room, weren't you, or something?
Yeah. It was
So-
me and Simon in one
Yeah.
room.
So I went in and
Shred
like,
bed, bro.
had like a freezing cold shower and then slept on the top of the bed with a wet towel on me. That's how hot it was. And then had like the worst sleep of my life. It was
Yeah.
it's like just insanely hot.
Yeah. It's curtains.
That always
Bud.
sucks.
You know what's crazy? Speaking of it being way too hot to be alive, apparently it was, they call it like the wet bulb temperature. And so it's like if normally your thermometer is dry,
Yeah.
but if it's like not underwater, but you keep it wet,
Yeah.
and then if that reaches, I think it's like 34 degrees Celsius, when that happens, if you're a human, sweating won't make you cooler, and then you'll just overheat and die.
Ugh.
And then so that temperature, that they had that like down in the southern United States like last
Is that
couple
when they-
days.
And then they were like, you can't take water breaks.
Yeah, that was down in Texas, and like people like dying and shit. It's like, damn, that's so fucked up. It's like we've been in hot places where it's been way too fucking hot, and then it's like you'll die if you go outside and you're not drinking a cold drink or you don't have air conditioning. You'll just die. It's like, damn, that's it's here. We did it. It wasn't
We
Metal
did it.
Days, but
We
that I feel
we
like Metal
wound
Days
it.
was close to that.
Well, the thing about Metal Days was like,
May it rest in peace.
there was the outside area that was fucking hot, but then the backstage was like in sort of like a tent.
Oh, that was
So it was like
was-
insulated.
It was
and
like hot
just
yoga.
like an extra 5 degrees. So it's like from 40 degrees to 45 degrees.
Yeah.
And I'm like back there just like sweating and just like,
I remember.
I guess I'll try and warm up back here. or
blah blah
something.
blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
It's like,
Yeah, I
oh,
remember.
God.
I think I drank like 2 or 3 bottles or liters of water before we played, and I didn't pee at all. Like it's like, oh wow,
It just all came out of your fucking
yeah, I
pores.
just sweated it out.
Yeah,
But
that's crazy.
the nice thing about Metal Days is they have that beautiful river. So it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm hot. I'll just go lay in the river.
I didn't even see it.
Well, there was apparently a naked man, a naked golem creature,
His name was Pietas.
some sort of naked man crawling around at night. in
That
the river.
fucking picture's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's almost like someone took it with like a digital camera with the flash on, so it's like spooky looking.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's like
Oh my god.
that'd be like a wildlife trail cam, and it's just like, oh my god, I saw the Sasquatch.
I saw an alien, dude.
Yeah, I saw a fucking alien,
I saw
some kind of
Gray.
demon. It was a fucking Acapulco.
Wasn't fucking Corey out there with no clothes
Yeah,
on
yeah.
too? Yeah, that's funny as fuck. Just getting wild out there.
They do it different in Europe.
Yeah, not me. I was back at the hotel dying so that I could hopefully be able to just like perform at Vakin a week later.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
That's the tough part, being a singer, dude. I'd be a disaster if I was like a bass player.
Oh yeah,
I don't even know.
I feel like the bass player secretly has the best job in
It's
any
so
metal band.
sick.
Yeah,
The thing about playing bass is you can make your bass tone sound insane.
oh yeah,
Like it's just, I feel like a lot of bass players, you get to like a certain point, and you're like, this works, and then that's the end.
yeah.
It's like there's no, I mean, it's just like a lot. The culture around the bass is maybe not as tone hungry as like.
Yeah, for sure. There's all the guitar warriors
Yeah,
who
yeah,
are just
the
like, oh,
guitar
bro, did you
stuff.
check out my fucking clawn?
Yeah, there's a good bazillion options, and then it's like every bass player just has a Sans amp, and it
Yeah.
all sounds good and it all works. It's just like you could have like an insane bass rig and have like the wildest tone. and
Yeah.
it would be like cool.
That's the unsung hero in the wiggly air is the bass. I think a lot of people just, oh, it's a bass, fuck that shit.
We got to get the the parallax into the fucking computer.
Yeah, that's when we upgrade to the
Yeah.
Midas X32.
Which, well, there's not even that expensive. I looked at them; they're like $1,000.
Yeah, I think it's like 1,500, and then to get for the brain, and then another 15, or I think all in it's like $2,500 or something
Oh, really?
for the brain, and then the rack box, the IO box.
They're two different. Okay.
Well, it depends which one you buy.
Could
A
you-
lot of people buy the one that's like 3. I think it's 3. It's either
it's all
3 or
in
4.
one, right? Like the
Yeah,
one-
you can get that, but then on the front it has the digital input
Yeah.
with all the buttons, and then on the back there's the IO, and that one has the same IO as the XR18 that we have.
Oh, so it doesn't give you actually more.
You could, but you need to do an expansion slot into it and then get more. And so the one that I was looking at, it's a 1 unit. It's the brain.
Yeah.
There's no buttons on it. It's nothing. And then you plug in the IO box, and that has the full 32
This is
channels.
Interesting stuff for the
There,
podcast.
there you go. Yeah.
To finish off the podcast. All right. Well, with that being
That one
said,
has the full 32, I think it's outputs.
Yeah.
So it's like you could have everybody gets stereo in ears. Everybody's running their shit off the computer.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, pimp. I want more Tom in my in-ear.
Yep. All right. It's off to the Patreon now. So if you guys want to hear more about the XR or X32 or whatever the fuck monitor system,
The future.
sign up for the Patreon. All right.
Hell yeah, brother.